As you take a look at the tail of the tape, not much difference in height, a half inch. The weight's exactly the same. There's a slight reach advantage in favor of Valero, and an age advantage, a couple of years younger, is Valero. So basically the tail of the tape exactly the same. Now, Dave, in this fight we're going by the WBA rules, so a little bit different in the rules.
Yeah, the 3 knockdown rule is in effect. No standing 8 count. The fighter can be saved by the belt in the last round only. Only the referee can stop the fight, but as you just saw, the ringside physicians have a lot to say. No referee wants to go against the doctor.
EDWIN VALERO, the super featherweight world champion, with 2 successful defenses, and all before he turned 26 years of age. He's 26 now, and his last fight in May, he had an 8-round KO win over Nobuto Onmo in Tokyo. And coming off an August win is Zavaleta. He had a 9th-round TK fight in the United States since.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Plaza de Toros in Cancun, Mexico, for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Tekken Promotions in association with DeBella Entertainment and Periódico Keiki, sponsored by Tecate, Dolphin Discovery, and Aladia Airlines. Damas y caballeros, bienvenidos aficionados al box por la pelea estelar de la noche, un campeonato sancionado por la AMB, presidente Gilberto Mendoza, supervisor Miguel Prado. Introducing our judges, scoring this bout from ringside, presentando a los jueces de Colón, Panamá, Ricardo Duncan, de Mission, Texas, en los Estados Unidos, Freddy Ledesma, de Alice, Texas, en los Estados Unidos, Dr. Rubén García. And the referee in charge, y el árbitro de Puerto Rico, Luis Pavón. Bien, amigos, esta es la pelea estelar de la noche. 12 asaltos por el título mundial peso superpluma de la AMB. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Super Featherweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Cancun, Mexico, it's time for the main event of the evening. Introducing to you first, the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red, white, and green trunks. He weighed in at 129 3/4 pounds. Presentando en la esquina azul, vestido en pantalón rojo, blanco y verde, y pesando 58 kilos, 900 gramos. His record, 15 wins, 2 losses and 3 draws, with 11 wins coming by way of knockout, con un récord de 15 victorias, 2 derrotas y 3 empates. Tiene 11 ganadas por knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the challenger. Damas y caballeros, demos la bienvenida al retador de Guadalajara, Jalisco, México, introducing ZAID, el exterminador Zavaleta. Opponent across the ring is the defending world champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red trunks with gold trim. He also weighed in at 129 3/4 pounds. Su oponente, el campeón en la esquina roja, con pantalón rojo, pesando 58 kilos, 900 gramos. His outstanding record stands at 22 wins, no losses, with all 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Tiene un sobresaliente récord de 22 victorias sin derrota, con todo de ellos por knockout. Fighting out of Tokyo, Japan, by way of Bolero Alto, Mérida, Venezuela. Here is the hard-hitting, undefeated WBA Super Featherweight Champion of the World, presentando al sensacional e invicto campeón mundial peso superpluma de la AMB, introducing EDWIN Caminari Valero.
So referee Luis Pabon from Puerto Rico calls the combatants into the center of the ring.
Ok, jóvenes, ya yo le di las instrucciones en el camerino. Vamos a hacer una pelea limpia. El pantalón está alto. Aquí es bueno. Ok, suerte, que Dios lo bendiga.
So Dave, for Zavaleta, he's got to try to drag this guy into deep water somehow. That's his best shot at winning this fight against a guy that's got 22 knockouts in 22 fights and a whole bunch of them in the first round.
Well, that will be his way to try to do it. That's a million-dollar question to a lot of guys. It's always a problem when they fought Mike Tyson. Get through those first 2 rounds somehow. Give yourself a chance. We'll see what he can do.
So Valero in the red and gold and in the white trunks with the red and green trim is Zavaleta. Here we go. Skipping forward. To the right of your screen is the southpaw. Jabbing with his right hand is Edwin Valero. Very powerful puncher. He can be wild. Mentioned that he was banned from fighting in the United States because of a head injury that occurred outside the ring. He went to fight in New York a few years ago, and they said, no, he can't fight. That caused him to be banned in all of the United States. But he's had several fights since then, and he's had no problems. And he said that the bleed was never on his brain. It was just under the scalp, and that's it. And he can prove that, so they're going to try and get him eligible to fight in the United States. But right now, he's got to defeat ZAID ZAVALETA. And you see how awkward Valero is, but he's got tons of power.
Zavaleta will be trying to score with the right-hand lead against this hard-punching lefty. Double left hook if he gets the chance. And then try to keep his lead foot outside of Valero's foot. But he's in the corner. He doesn't want to be there, and he's already got some trouble.
And he was kind of sitting on the ropes, and he's just loading up shots here. This isn't where Zavaleta wants to be. You got to grab him, or you got to slide down the ropes and get out of there. He's already felt the power of Valero here in the first round. This kid from Venezuela living in Tokyo doing a great job here in round 1, and he's got Zavaleta in a little bit of trouble right now. Zavaleta's heels down on the canvas, and Valero just doesn't stop throwing punches. He's swarming him. And only halfway through the first round, and already it's all Valero.
It's target practice for him right now.
Straight left hand that time. Don't forget the left hand is his power punch for the southpaw. Valero with his back to you, loads up the left hand again. Wow, with the right hand is Zavaleta. Zavaleta doing everything he can. This is where he wants to fight this guy as best he can. And you got to hold him off with his jab. He's making a huge mistake. He's putting his head down, Dave, when he's going in. Open for a big uppercut.
Well, he's trying to throw the right hand lead. He's looking to try and get positioning on the inside. We've got that righty-lefty scenario with the heads that you always worry about. This is a time for Zavaleta to survive. Look for the right hand lead. If he doesn't get it, use the ring.
Well, Zavaleta got the straight right hand down the middle that time, but it didn't really catch Valero. Valero to the left of your screen gets caught that time with the left hand and the right hand back, but he has to pay for it because he gets nailed by a powerful left hand. And again, it is the power left hand by Valero, who's a southpaw. He throws with a lot of power with both hands. His right hook is there it was right there. Holds him down with the forearm, clips him back. Pabon has got to get in quick and get out because he doesn't want to get nailed either. There's the power of Valero on top of Zavaleta all the time. Zavaleta not doing much at all here in the first round, doing the best he can to hold this guy off and survive some rounds to hopefully, in his mind, wear down Valero and get him into the deep water. Water that he hasn't experienced. That time he said, and down he goes. He'll take the standing 8 count. It wasn't a big shot, but he caught him off balance and nailed him. I think it was a left hook there. In his case, the left-hand power shot. As he's a southpaw, the bell ends, and at the closing seconds of the first round, Zavaleta goes down. So that's a big first round for Valero.
Zavaleta gets through, but at a big price. And when you're going in against an offensive machine, it's so much easier said than done about trying to get through the round and survive.
Across the way.
Valero almost had a knockdown early in the round, and then this left-hand power shot creates the knockdown at the end of the round.
But look at where it lands, folks, the left hand. Right on the forehead, and down he goes.
And earlier in the round, he almost had a knockdown. It looked like he expected Zavaleta to go down, so he stepped back, and Zavaleta was able to stay up.
Coming up to round number 2, scheduled for 12. And Edwin Valero, who doesn't go to the second round very often in his career, is into the second round now. Valero in his last fight, by the way, against Nobuto Onmo, it did go 8 rounds. And then he had a first-round knockout victory over Michael Losota in his other fight this year, which was back in January of 07. And, of course, he won the title by going 10 rounds against Vicente Mosquera in Panama City. So this guy can go rounds if he has to, but it doesn't look like he's going to have to go too many rounds in this fight against Zavaleta because nothing is working for Zavaleta.
Zavaleta is smothering now and just trying to outlast Valero and get himself caught up.
Nothing he does defensively, Dave, is working. Look at his 3 left hands in a row. And Valero's just kind of swarming Zavaleta, even though Zavaleta's trying to be on the assault.
Zavaleta's getting warned about smothering, holding, and hitting and everything, but for him, points are irrelevant. He has to survive. He's not going to win this fight on a decision. He has to try to get through some rounds here, whatever it takes. If they take a point, whatever. He's trying to smother. He's trying to work the clock here until he finds something that will work. The right hand lead would be good, but he's a little bit gun-shy now.
Now look at this. He's getting hit every place. And he could be dazed a little bit, not totally recovered because the knockdown, although it wasn't a big knockdown, it was at the tail end of round number 1. And maybe he's not totally recovered from that. He's doing the best he can, Dave, trying to swarm him, but he's got to survive some rounds here. He's taking some real good headshots by Valero. Valero's awkward, Dave, is a southpaw. He's very tough to fight, and he's got considerable power, and he's loaded with confidence, and he's in great condition. He lives to fight.
When you get a guy pouring at you with big power, your reaction time is not quite there. The doubt is there. But for Zavaleta, he's got to get close enough to at least tie up and just stretch out the fight a little bit. If the right hand lead is there, throw it. That's his weapon. That's his opportunity against a guy who's a whirlwind machine here.
Of course, Manny Pacquiao is the premier junior lightweight, but this guy, Valero and Pacquiao, are headed for a clash, I believe.
And the interesting thing is, talking about it earlier, 2 power-punching lefties. They want to match these guys up, and it would be a great fight. This is another version of Pacquiao here, Valero. Same style, same buzzsaw mentality.
A little more awkward than Manny Pacquiao, though, which will make the fight even that much more interesting.
You don't want exact carbon copies, but guys who fight the same way.
Zavaleta just trying to survive the second round with 12 seconds to go here. Hasn't been able to do much offensively. Get hit with 2 pretty good left hands. And he's measured him now with the left hand. Look at his head getting rocked. And referee almost, I don't know whether he's anticipating the end of the round because they have lights here in the corners to indicate the last 10 seconds of the round, or he was almost getting ready to stop that fight. But that's a big round again for Valero. Zavaleta down at the end of the first round and beaten up here in the second round.
Valero catching Zavaleta on the way in. Scores with some big shots. He's smart enough to go to the body. Clubbing work here. He just keeps the spinning, the activity, will not allow himself to get tied up. That's one thing that's very good about the way he fights. You know, when you're a guy coming forward, you don't let yourself get tied up, and he did not.
Veteran referee Luis Pabon from Puerto Rico jumps in there as quick as he can, anticipating once he saw that red light go on. And it's kind of academic the way it looks to me right now. And while there's a good buzz in the crowd, people are just anticipating Valero's knockout of Zavaleta. And Zavaleta lives here in Mexico, but they know that he's overmatched against Valero. But then again, everybody that's faced him has been sort of overmatched. I don't know. What do you do if you're Zavaleta? Hit him with a low blow, do something to change the course, because nothing he's doing is working. You can't hold him off.
Well, the first element, survival. You throw something, but even the low blows aren't going to work. He's backing up all the time. What he started to do at the beginning of round 2 would have been smart, but Valero will not allow himself to get tied up. He's always moving, so you try to put your arms around him, and he's not there. The guy's just too good. He's on a different level.
If Valero lands many more clean head blows, the referee, Pabon, has a cause to stop this fight, because it's clear to me that Zavaleta just can't hang in here with this champion. This champion is too good, and he's hit him with a lot of head blows already. And as soon as Zavaleta indicates to the ref that he can't defend himself, this fight's going to be stopped. Minute 56, 54, 53 seconds to go. There's another big shot, and that's it. The fight's all over. And it's a good stoppage. He clipped him with a big right hand. It's a good stoppage because this kid Zavaleta was going to get ever so many more shots to the head. I mean, this kid, EDWIN VALERO, looks unstoppable in this division, but Manny Pacquiao might have something to say about that.
And that's why we so want to see that fight and watch those two styles come together. The guy is a buzzsaw, and what separates the good offensive fighters who don't get hit a lot from those who are good offensive fighters who do is the movement. He moves subtly on the angles. He did the turn, he did the twist, everything. He avoided getting hit. Notice how he slips the right hand there, then lands a huge right hook, and that's enough. You know, good stoppage indeed. That would have been a nightmare for Zavaleta, who would have just been too tough for his own good.
Look at where his left hand is, Dave, when Luis Pabon comes in there. Look where the left hand is. Another big right hand shot. This guy, in spite of the fact he's a southpaw, he's got considerable power with his, in his case, a right hook. And Pabon did exactly the right thing. So, to me, at the end of that second round, Pabon was thinking of stopping the fight. Then I'm glad he let it go. It is for a world title. Give ZAID ZAVALETA every shot, but not this night. EDWIN VALERO just too strong in this main event. This guy's a terrific fighter, and it sets up something mighty powerful if this guy can get a shot at Manny Pacquiao. Don't forget there's other guys in that division like Juan Manuel Marquez, Joan Guzman, who's also undefeated from the Dominican, Humberto Soto, another Mexican. Here's Jimmy.
18 seconds in round number 3. Tenemos el tiempo 1 minuto 18 segundos en el tercer round. El árbitro Luis Pabon terminó la pelea. El ganador por knockout técnico. The referee in charge stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout and still champion EDWIN Caminari Valero.
Hernandez is here, the former champ, and he's going to try and get in there and interview EDWIN VALERO. So we're going to hang in here and see if we can pick this up. Here's Gennaro. Go ahead, Gennaro, anytime. They're trying to coordinate the networks now as Valero goes across the other side. Hugs Zavaleta, tells him to be, won't be too disappointed.